What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel and to another Outriders video. Today's format is a little bit different, but I wanted to record a short-ish video on specifically two topics which are kind of like connected to each other. The first one being that a couple of days ago we launched this Discord event that essentially we asked the audience, people that still play Outriders, people that are part of that community, as well as anybody for that matter that wants to take part, to go and record their best times doing trios and compose those results in the Discord. I've built a sort of a leaderboards and we can kind of, compete against each other, and it's basically, about the camaraderie and the enjoyment of that. And that is starting to trickle in now, so we are seeing some people putting some entries in. I want to run this event basically until the end of December, but I'm willing to keep these leaderboards updated indefinitely. Now, I'm of course not the first person that's doing something like this, and there are professional websites that are tracking this, but I did however think that this would be a fun thing that we could do within our community, and that's why it's there. So definitely check out the Discord invite, which is in the description of this video, and then you'll see there's a leaderboard challenge area underneath the Outriders section, and go and get a couple of runs in, post your times up, and see what it's all about. Now, leading on from that, basically also just discussing team compositions, because this challenge specifically is for teams of 3, and so we're not doing any posting of times of duos or singles. And in the last couple of days I've been running a lot of these, and I do have some experience before, but now sort of like diving into it and trying to make like the best builds that synergize the best, I did want to spend a little bit of time and basically offer up some ideas, and possibly also highlight a future series that I'll be bringing with just some what I imagine to be really good combinations that you can see in this space. So which classes work really well together, and also how you should play those classes. Now, the footage that you've been seeing running in the background here is of a debuff Devastator, a Firepower or Twisted Rounds Trickster, and a Ash Blast Overheat Pyromancer, so like the cookie cutter Ash Blast Overheat. Now, the builds for all three of those, by the way, I have those videos also linked in the description of this, so if you want to have a quick access and just be able to see which builds I'm talking about, then yeah. But the basic strategy here comes is you'd think that the smartest thing would be to essentially just build 3 heavy DPS classes and essentially just go into the expedition like that, and everybody just goes balls to the wall. And yes, you can absolutely see success with that, but at least something that we've noticed in the runs that we've had is that, first of all, some communication definitely does shave off a whole bunch of seconds off your time, but then more so, it really does make sense to have some skills which essentially complement each other. Now, a very good example of this would be the bad idea of essentially running 2 Ash Blast Overheat Pyros together. And the reason why that's a bad idea is, of course, these classes, or specifically Ash Blast Overheat Pyro, works on the mechanic of ramping up those 2 skills and then hitting everything with an Ash Blast and then consuming that with an Overheat. Now, if you have 2 classes that are doing this, you're not only going to see the resistances start going up of the stuff that you're hitting, because remember, we have larger HP pools, but you're also going to see that you're going to be consuming your partner's buffs or something like that, unless you have the timing down pat, which is really difficult, and definitely something that we tried. But it is a heck of, I just realized I'm like waving my hands like a madman, so I'm going to try and stop doing that much. But basically this is really starting to become apparent that what actually works quite well, and again, the footage that you see in the background, is actually one Firepower based character that is really good at single target killing and moving around the battlefield in an agile way, and then having something that's really good at dealing a lot of AoE damage, and not necessarily that good at taking down bosses and captains and elites, but fairly good at wiping trash. And then essentially having a character that either debuffs the enemy so they take more damage, they deal less damage, they have less defenses, something like that, or boosts the 2 partners' damage so that they do more anomaly and do more. And you can combine all of these things. This is a very generic idea that I'm discussing here, and you can, one of the cool things that we've noticed in the last couple of days of doing this is just the way how you can combine this, and I'm really interested to see what the community comes up. So go ahead and check it out. Check out those builds if you haven't seen them yet. Come and do a couple of runs. There are tons of people, usually 1 or 2 people looking for a third or something like that. There's definitely some time to do this. Of course, on Thursday night I'll be doing an Outriders stream event again, and I do plan to do a couple of these in that session as well. So if you want to see a bunch of these runs, not runs, these runs live, then definitely come and check that out. That's it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I just want you to have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a super awesome evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.